Brazil's biggest football debate ahead of the 2026 World Cup has just taken an unexpected turn. A surprising voice has stepped into the conversation, and it's not coming from a football legend or a national team coach. Instead, it comes from one of Brazil's fastest rising sports stars. Young tennis sensation João Fonseca has publicly backed Neymar to be part of Brazil's squad for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, and his comments have reignited the debate that has divided Brazilian fans for months. Speaking during the Monte Carlo Masters tournament, the 19-year-old rising tennis star shared his thoughts on Brazil's chances in the next World Cup. Fonseca said he believes Brazil can have a strong tournament, but he also made it clear that Neymar's presence could play an important role. According to him, experience matters when the pressure of the World Cup arrives. Even though he admitted he is not a football expert, Fonseca said he fully supports Neymar being included in the squad and believes the veteran forward could still help Brazil chase another world title. His comments immediately caught attention, because Neymar's future with the national team has been one of the most discussed topics in Brazilian football. At 34 years old, Neymar is no longer the young superstar who once carried the hopes of an entire nation. Injuries and criticism have followed him in recent years, and many fans believe Brazil should now focus on a new generation of players. But the story is not that simple. After a difficult period in Saudi Arabia that included a serious ACL injury, Neymar made a dramatic return to his boyhood club Santos FC. The move was emotional for fans who still see him as one of the greatest talents Brazil has ever produced. However, it also raised serious questions about his physical condition and whether he can still perform at the highest level. During his recovery, Neymar missed several matches due to knee surgery rehabilitation. For critics, that absence only strengthened their belief that his best years are already behind him. But when he returned to the field, Neymar showed flashes of the brilliance that once made him one of the most feared players in world football. In the Campeonato Paulista competition, he scored 1 goal in 2 appearances, reminding fans that his creativity and attacking instinct have not disappeared. In the Brazilian Serie A, Neymar has already contributed to goals and 1 assist despite playing limited minutes. Those numbers may not seem extraordinary, but they are enough to keep the debate alive about his possible return to the national team. Supporters argue that Neymar still offers something very few players can bring to the Brazilian squad: experience. World Cups are different from any other tournament in football. The pressure is intense, every mistake can end a nation's dream, and sometimes the difference between victory and defeat comes from a single moment of magic. Throughout his career, Neymar has delivered many of those moments: a sudden dribble that breaks through a defense, a perfectly timed assist, or a decisive goal when the team needs inspiration the most. For a Brazilian team filled with young stars and emerging talents, having a player who has already experienced multiple World Cups could be extremely valuable. Beyond his skills on the pitch, Neymar's presence inside the dressing room could also provide a psychological boost for the team. Young players often look to experienced leaders during the most difficult moments of a tournament, and that is exactly why some fans believe leaving Neymar out of the squad could be a risky decision. Now the responsibility for making that decision belongs to Brazil's manager, Carlo Ancelotti. The legendary Italian coach is currently preparing his tactical plans as Brazil moves closer to the next international fixtures. Brazil is scheduled to face Panama in an upcoming friendly match before beginning their World Cup campaign with group stage games against Morocco, Haiti, and Scotland. These matches will give Ancelotti the opportunity to evaluate every option available to him before finalizing the squad. And one of the biggest questions he must answer is whether Neymar's experience outweighs the risks associated with his recent injuries. Selecting Neymar could provide leadership, creativity, and the kind of individual brilliance that often decides World Cup matches. Leaving him out, on the other hand, would signal the beginning of a completely new era for Brazilian football. For now, the debate continues among fans, analysts, and even athletes from other sports like João Fonseca. But as the countdown to the 2026 World Cup continues, the decision about Neymar's future may become one of the most important choices Brazil's manager will have to make. If Neymar does return to the World Cup stage, it could become one of the most emotional comeback stories in modern football. And if he doesn't, it may mark the final chapter of an incredible international career that once carried the hopes of an entire nation. Now the question is for you. Should Neymar be included in Brazil's squad for the 2026 World Cup? Or is it finally time for Brazil to move forward without him? Let us know what you think. And stay tuned for more football news, breaking stories, and updates from around the world of soccer.